These two teams do not like each other, and you got to love that.
Let's go! We gotta play hard all night! We gotta throw the first punch! Let's go! They do not respect us! We gotta make them respect us! Let's go!
You play as hard as you can play to the echo of every damn whistle, and you'll get exactly what you deserve. You'll get exactly what you deserve!
Adesanya, have a day, kid.
For intense gear as the safe will drop back to pass. That's Ethan Jordan. Touchdown, Ethan Jordan.
Let's go get one.
Welcome into Aviator Stadium for this Battle of the Skies matchup. One of the biggest games of the year without the word senior or homecoming in its name. I'm Daniel Panetti here with my broadcast partner Isaac Vargo. And Isaac, Comets are coming into tonight with a 3-game win streak. They look to make that 4.
Yeah, as you said, Battle of the Skies matchup rivalry. The lineup goes out of the way, and it's going to be a big game for both teams. Sycamore out of playoff contention, trying to get their signature win, beat Mason last year in this Battle of the Skies game, their first time winning since 2019. So it's going to be interesting to see if the Comets can come on top today. Ashton Chaffetz, quarterback under center today for the Comets, is his first Battle of Skies matchup. It's going to be interesting today, Daniel.
Yeah, and let's take a look at some of these key guys for the Comet offense. Starting, it's the running back, Temi Adesanya. Comes into tonight about 500 yards and 6 touchdowns. Both of those good for 5th in the GMC. And Isaac, most of those came from last game in that huge win versus Coleraine, where he had 12 rushes, 200 yards practically on the ground, and 2 touchdowns. One of those being a 91-yarder. The second guy for this team, it's obviously going to be that number 1 wide receiver. Now you could say Ethan Jordan, the senior, number 9, 16 receptions for 210 yards this season, and those 3 touchdowns coming in that last game, or in the last 2 games, with 2 versus Coleraine and 2 versus Middletown. Kickoff is away. The Aviators will start out with the ball. So now this Sycamore offense will come out on the field. They're led by this new quarterback, number 5, Levi Simpson, who's had about 1,000 yards. They're going to try and look to get something going.
Yeah, Levi Simpson hasn't had the season he's particularly wanted. He has 9 interceptions this season. That's last in the GMC, but as we said, records go out the window in this rivalry game. Sycamore's at home. It's going to be a challenge for this Comets defense.
Absolutely, and the Comets come into this game ranked 3rd in the GMC in pretty much all statistical stats on the defensive side. So it's going to be a shotgun snap, and it's going to be a handoff up the middle, and nowhere to go. The Comet defense swarms him up. It's Ryan Davis in there to get that first tackle of the game.
Yeah, Nick Branham with the rush. He's interesting for the Sycamore team. They only have 3 rushing touchdowns this season, and it comes from him on all 3 of them. And this year they've had 120 carries, but it hasn't gotten in the end zone for most of them. So number 1, someone to watch out for, get the running game going for Sycamore. Comets do a good job on that first play.
Yeah, Branham 146 yards on the season. This Sycamore offense, big decline from last year. The departing of Eugene Harney, their main guy. It's put Branham in that number 1 spot. Simpson's going to look to throws it way downfield, and he has a man wide open, and he's going to go all the way. Touchdown, Sycamore.
Touchdown.
And what a start for the Aviators. Almost a stunning first drive, you could say. And they take a 6-0 lead.
Daniel, if there's one guy on this Sycamore team that you can't have beat you, it's Trey Meadows. Last year, he was one of their best guys on the offensive end, as you said, with Eugene Harvey, but he's playing both sides this year. He's been their main target, And as we said, I'll say it once, I'll say it again, it is a rivalry game. You take everything out of consideration, and it's just this game right here. Comets need to come back on this offensive drive.
So a big statement there from Sycamore. Kick is up, and it is good. So the Aviators take a 7-0 lead here early in the first quarter off of a Levi Simpson to Trey Meadows. Huge kind of deep shot. That's going to put Meadows to around 500 yards on the year and his third touchdown throughout the air. So now here's where the Comets need to respond and make a big offensive statement.
Yeah, Levi Simpson with those long shots. He's definitely a guy that can do that. 987 yards passing. He's 45% completion percentage, which is worse than the GMC. But when he has those long passes, they've connected all season long. Those 987 yards, 5th in the GMC. So right here, Sycamore with a big start on offense. The Comets got to come back swinging. Sycamore hasn't had a lead much all year long. They've only scored 60 points coming into this game. So the Comets really got to come back here. It's rocking here at Aviator Stadium. Back to receive will be Westa and Jamian Martin.
Yeah, and we look at that. Westa's not primarily a return guy. It was Brandon Dunn before he suffered that shoulder injury in the win versus Middletown. He looks to be out for the year unless maybe the Comets make a big push in the playoffs. But the Aviators, a team that only averages 7 points throughout the season, gets 7 on their first drive. That one's caught by Westa. He's going to take it up the middle. Westa has some room and keeps breaking some tackles. He's taken down right as he passes the 30.
Yeah, Comets the last couple of games have had some really good returns on the kickoff. Jamian Martin, as we saw last game, had some really nice returns, had some couple 40-yard runs. Comets in good position here. Ashton Schaaf, his first game for the Battle of the Skies, and it's a big one. It's a game he's got to come out. He's got to be confident with his reads. He's got to be good on both sides of the ball as he's been the last 3.
Yeah, the Comets had their best game on offense last week, 31 points versus that Coleraine defense. And Sycamore comes in with a defense ranked worse than the Coleraine Cardinals. So hopefully they can have that same production. Adesanya in the backfield. Schaaf looks to throw, and it's caught by Ethan Jordan. Jordan breaks a few, and he's going to get to about the 45. First down, Comets.
I mean, with this Comets receiving game, in the first 5 weeks, you didn't really know it was going to be that guy as kind of C.J. Kastner, Ethan Jordan. But Ethan Jordan, the last couple of weeks, we obviously know his touchdown against Middletown is what he's kind of known for this season. But the last couple of games, he's been in the end zone twice last game and once the week prior against Middletown. So getting him going early is a great sign to see.
Yeah, it's going to be huge for the success of the Mason Comets on offense. So already somewhat near midfield. Schaaf takes the snap. It's going to be a pitch out to Adesanya to the left side. Adesanya has some room. Adesanya breaks free. Adesanya past the 42, the 35. First down, Temi Adesanya.
Yeah, we said with that 91-yard run last week, Adesanya kind of breaking out here. It's mostly up front. The Comets have been a little limited. Joey Oscar out for the season. John Hendricks was out last game. They've kind of been a little limited, but this offensive line has been dominating the front in the last couple of games, which have led to those big runs for Temi Adesanya. Sycamore is last in the GMC, allowing 438 yards allowed in every game. So it's going to be good for the Comets this game.
Schaaf rolls out to the right side, has some time. He's going to launch it, and it's caught for the first down. C.J. Kastner keeps the chains moving, and the Comets are rolling on this first drive.
Yeah, first time we've seen this year, starting off 3 plays, 3 first downs for this Comet team. C.J. Kastner getting involved. That's a great look. Ashton Schaaf is looking very confident throwing the ball so far in this game. Hasn't had any runs so far.
So the Comets already almost inside the red zone. It's going to be a handoff to Adesanya. No, Schaaf's going to keep it himself, but the Aviators were right there to make the stop.
Yeah, I don't hate the play call. Ashton Schaaf, last couple of games, Coach Kastner's been playing around with his read option ability. We saw that early in the Coleraine game. It didn't have the most success, but seeing that early in this first quarter of play. This is nice to see against Sycamore, a team that's a little undersized and a team that's obviously been struggling on the defensive side.
Yeah, so the Comets you feel like you got to get 7 here after what the Aviators showed.
Got to get points.
So it's second down. It's going to be a handoff to Adesanya, and he's almost taken down, but he's going to keep on running. The big man keeps moving, gets right around the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Adesanya fighting. His last Battle of the Skies matchup. He's a senior this year. Obviously, those first 5-6 games didn't have the games he would have wanted. But last game, he really broke out. And it seems like he's kind of been dominated in terms of physical presence in secondary, especially when he gets to the second level with that O-line. Big third down here.
It was 88, Aiden Purdue, the sophomore linebacker there in on the tackle. So third down for the Comets. Shafe's going to take it himself and is immediately wrapped up at the 20. So a nice stand there from the Aviators. Number 40 in there.
Tackle for a short gain by number 40 for the Aviators.
And that's going to force a fourth down, so Max Gokel will come out for this Comet team. We look at Max Gokel, one of the strongest legs in the GMC. Comes in tonight 9 for 13 on the season. Couple of misses haven't gone his way, along a 43. CJ Kastner is the holder for the junior kicker. Kick is up, and it is good. So the Comets get points in their first drive, and they will still be trailing, but now a score of 7-3.
Yeah, Daniel, it's big to get points after such an explosive play from Sycamore. On that third down, I did not like the play call to Ashton Shafe. Kind of a play that you kind of think it's not going to get a lot of yards, and for a kicker like Max Gogo that has been a little bit shaky the last couple games, to get a couple yards would be a lot helpful for him, but right there knocks it through with ease. It's for him. He's got the power. It's more that accuracy factor. The longer you go, the harder it's going to be with him. No wins so far in this game, but it's nice to see the Comets with points. They got to keep everything in front of this second drive.
Yeah, and you look at Shafe, that first drive, all passes complete. You know, he looked very competent there in the backfield, had a nice little pocket, found a lot of different guys there that drive. So it's a good sign. And you know this Mason defense, although they've been prone to giving up those long plays this year, that it's still not their identity. You know that the captains, Alex Brown and some of those other guys are
onside kick here, and the Comets pick it up. Was it in play? Was the whistle blown before? It's the second time in 2 weeks that the Comets have done this. Against Coleraine, they did it. It'll be a false start.
Flag on the play for offsides.
Offsides against Mason. But right there again, we saw from Sycamore, there's not anybody at the 10 yards. So Comets taking advantage of it. They did against Coleraine, went really well. And really, really risky play early in the game there from Coach Kastner, but I kind of like it.
Yeah, you gotta like the aggression a little bit in such a rivalry like this. It's gonna be, some pretty high tensions. So the Comets already an onside kick attempt would have worked, but the penalty brings it back. So we're gonna get this kickoff one more time. Unlikely they go back to it.
Yeah, you kind of think it's a one and done thing for every game, even maybe for the season. You got to think Lakota West facing the Comets next week will kind of pick up on that. Now Sycamore is within that 5-10 yard range, so it seems like it's very unlikely that we see it again.
So Gokel trots up, and he is going to boot it away. And it's going to go into the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback, and the Sycamore Aviators offense will come out for their second drive. We look at that first drive. It was a run and then a bomb all the way downfield to their main guy, Trey Meadows. So the Comets, they got to get their safeties back, and they can't allow those explosive plays to happen once again.
Yeah, Trey Meadows, 27 receptions for 435 yards. He's by far their best athlete and their best player that's performed this season. Third in tackles on this team. He's plays both ways. Will be in the backfield, number 30 to the left of Simpson. Some guy to look for in this game. Comets got to stop him.
So Simpson will be in the shotgun. He takes the snap, and it's going to be a handoff to the left side. He has some room right around the 30, and he's going to get pushed out of bounds.
Another good run, but it looks like it's going to be a hold on Sycamore in the backfield. Another thing, Comets, as we said, they are prone to giving up those big plays, but when they do, it's only a couple per game. As we saw with Lakota East, it was those 2 big runs to the left. Middletown had that 50-yard touchdown, but in those games, the Comets ended up fighting back. But in this game, Sycamore's 3rd play of the game, throwing 85 yards on you. You got to tighten up here. A 10-yard run that had a lot of room to run. So 1st and long here will be nice for the Comets.
Yeah, 1st and 20 now for the Aviator offense. They try and get those yards back.
New quarterback in.
Wildcat goes to Meadows. He makes a few guys miss, but he's going to be taken down way in the backfield. Preston Estoesta came in.
I mean, Daniel, you got to think this Comet defense is top 3 for a reason. If you put the guy that just had an 80-yard touchdown in the backfield with no quarterback, you got to expect nothing's going to happen, especially on that 2nd down. Trying to get Trey Meadows to make some plays early, get some separation, but nothing doing there. Comets need to get off this field in 2nd and 21, no exceptions.
Yeah, and the Comets are no stranger to the Wildcat. They saw it a lot in that Oak Hills game, for example. So now it'll be 2nd down for the Aviators. It'll go to Meadows once again. He bounces to the right side, and he does get some positive yards, but not a lot. The Comets were right there, and that's going to force a 3rd and long.
Yeah, no sight of Levi Simpson. No hit so far from him. Nothing crazy on our side. Can't really see the tent, so not on the field is actually on the field now. Interesting 2 play calls there from Sycamore, kind of conceding the drive, it feels like, with 2 obvious runs from Meadows. 3rd and 17 now, play clock running down.
Yeah, and you're the Mason defense. You pin an offense that's been struggling so much like Sycamore. Only good things can happen. It's going to be a pass to the left side. Flies it up, but it's going to go out of bounds. Preston Estoesta there in coverage. So the Comets, after the first drive that didn't go their way, they're going to force a punt.
Yeah, it's an ugly drive from Sycamore. It all led from that holding call that brought them back to 1st and 20. And from then on, nothing doing. Levi Simpson is their punter this season. He's been very successful. Back to return will be Kaiser Wilhelm.
Yeah, Simpson. A lot of quarterbacks in the GMC we see punting. He averages about 40 yards per punt. Talk about the punter that the Comets have in Kaiser Wilhelm. That one booted away, a line drive, and a very nice punt.
Simpson punts the ball.
Daniel, what a punt that was. Flipped the field for Sycamore.
Absolutely. Not much hang time, but it didn't need any. Goes right to the sideline. So the Comet offense will come out. They find themselves down 7-3. Guys, like, what did you see that first drive that the Comets can kind of help on and try and get 6?
Yeah, I kind of think if I'm Coach Kastner, I go to what's working. Right now, Ashton Schaaf has been throwing the ball. Obviously, it's only been 2 throws, but those 2 throws were wide open. C.J. Kastner and Ethan Jordan, your 2 biggest threats, at least a receiver. Temi Adesanya's been running very well, so I don't think you complicate things. You keep it very simple. I think later in that drive, 2 design runs from Ashton Schaaf wasn't really needed. The Sycamore team has been the worst in the GMC on defense statistically.
Yeah, they give up about 200 passing yards per game. It's going to be a screen pass to Kastner on the right side. He may have dropped to the ground, late whistle, but this one's going to come back with a hold.
C.J. Kastner, there is a flag on the play.
I mean, again, trying to be creative to C.J. Kastner, but right there on 1st down, I don't see anything wrong with the Temi Adesanya run. Like, obviously the first 5-6 games, Temi couldn't get it going, but against this undersized Sycamore front and how this Comet team has been playing the last 2 games or so, it just seems like you're hurting yourself by doing anything else.
Yeah, so now you got to think that it's going to be a 1st and 20 after the hold call, that Ashton Schaaf is going to have to throw this ball again. But like you said, Adesanya already had a very nice carry on his first handoff, that pitch to the left side.
1st and 20, don't need to throw here.
Be kind of that same formation, trips to the left side, Adesanya to the left of Schaaf. Schaaf immediately looks left, he's going to step up in the pocket, he's going to use his legs, has some nice blocks, and he's going to be taken down right around the 45.
Yeah, right there, a little curls pattern on that left side. Wasn't a design run, but right away, Sycamore brought the house on that left side, so Com's taking advantage, and great job from Ashton Schaaf to get a lot of that back. Now a 2nd and very manageable at 7.
Yeah, number 11, the defensive back, Michael Ward, there in on the tackle for Schaaf. So now after that run, it's going to be 2nd and 7. We've seen Schaaf use his legs a lot this year, and it's been very well. Play action, looks to the left side, and it's going to be caught. He's going to get the first down to the 40. And keeps breaking some tackles, and he's finally taken down. Number 21, Torian Wiggins, the junior wide receiver. I said the past couple weeks, he's been getting a lot more playing time.
Yeah, junior, very undersized, but he's got that speed for sure, Daniel. And using him on the outside, like the play calls, I like to keep it on the air here. Just under 4 minutes to go in this first quarter of play. Sycamore still leads, but the Comets are driving.
So 2 drives and 2 times that the Comets get into Aviator territory. But they're going to try and punch it in for 6. So after the first down, it's going to be a pitch to the right side to Adesanya. Looks for something to get open, but the Aviators are there to take him down right around the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, tried going to that same play. They got that first 10-yard run with Temi Adesanya, except just flipped to the right side. Don't hate the play call. 2nd and 10. Just 3 minutes left in this first quarter of play.
So now 2nd down and about 10 for the Comets. Schaaf looks to throw. Pocket collapses, and he's going to go down. The first sack of the game for the Comets. And that's going to bring him back. It's going to be 3rd and long now for Mason.
Yeah, Sycamore getting in the backfield. They do have a couple guys up there that have plus size. Getting through there. Comets going long with those long plays, but it's a 3rd down here. You gotta think you don't have to get a 1st down, but you would like it because you're not really in Max Gokul's range.
That was number 46, William Sanders, there in on the sack for the Aviators. So Comets find themselves pressed way back. And Adesanya is going to go down once again. 2 sacks in a row for the Aviators. And it's Trey Meadows. He does it on offense, and now he does it on defense. And that's going to force a 4th and long for the Comets. Kaiser Wilhelm's going to come out.
Yeah, Meadows with the 80-yard touchdown, Meadows with the sack, and now he's returning this punt. He's doing it all so far, and that's what you need. You need players to step up in these big games. This is Sycamore's biggest game of the year, you'd think. A 1-8 record, only win coming against Coleraine in overtime.
That one booted away, and a nice punt from Wilhelm. It's going to be right at the 20. Doesn't take a Comet bounce, but it's still going to be pretty nice field position for the Comet defense. So 2 drives already for the Aviator offense. 1 an explosive touchdown in the 2nd. They couldn't find anything to work for them. You hope, if you're a Comet fan, that can mean that the defense has settled in. It can, play a very aggressive game on defense, kind of starting now.
Yeah, very unlike the Comets to get beat, especially deep. Haven't gotten beat at all, really, besides that one play against Middletown with that 50-yard pass. But it seemed like those play calls in the 2nd drive might be more characteristic for Sycamore.
Simpson's going to hand it off to Brenham And nothing there for the running back. We'll look at the clock. Clock runs 1 minute and 20 seconds left here in the first quarter. So we talk about Brenham. He just hasn't been able to really create much so far this season. And you got to think against a team like the Comets who come in with such a good run defense, fourth in the GMC, allowing just a little over 100. That trend's probably going to stay the same.
Yeah, it all comes up front. It all comes up front from those offensive line if they can get push. But talk about another two-way player.
It's going to be a handoff up the middle, but once again, nothing there for the Aviators. Meadows
For a gain of 2.
gets taken down after a gain of 2, so that's going to force a third down, 3rd and 6 for the Aviators.
Yeah, going back to Nick Branham, leads and tackles for this Aviator team, and it feels like if you are athletic and you got those skills, that you're going to have to play both ways for the Sycamore team. They've had limited athletes, seems like, so far this season. Just 15 seconds to go in this first quarter.
It's like Simpson may have tried to get a bit of a hard count there, but it doesn't work against the Comets. And Simpson's going to look, throws it to the right side, has a man, but off the fingertips of Trey Meadows. He looked to make that 2 on the night.
Yeah, again, the Comets getting beat up by Trey Meadows, and just a perfect throw. Esto is on the blind side of Simpson, but just another great throw. And again, the Comets get beat on that backside.
Yeah, Comets had a chance, or the Aviators had a chance to make that 2 explosive touchdowns. Simpson punts it away. Another pretty nice punt. It's going to be returned this time. Breaks it up towards the middle, and it's going to go to the left side. Wilhelm keeps going. He's past the 35. The best return we've seen this year from Kaiser Wilhelm, but that's going to do it here for the first quarter. It's going to Aviators up 7-3 over the Comets for this Battle of the Skies game. Stay tuned for more here on Mason Sports Radio. Welcome back for some second quarter here from Aviator Stadium. Yeah, it's going to be a handoff and gets a good amount there.
Yeah, Sycamore leading after one. It's one of the only times this season that they've led. One time being their win against Coleraine, 14-7 in overtime, but it was really the Comets making their own mistakes. Trey Meadows, is their #1 receiver and playmaker on this team, and to get beat twice.
Yeah, the Comets held Meadows in check last year. When they did take the loss, it's going to be a play action. Chafe is going to be taken down once again, the third time that he has been sacked tonight. That's number 84, Finn Courtney, his second sack of the year. It's his second tackle for loss, and this Aviator defense is not playing like the paper would say.
Yeah, Ashton Chafe might be looking at the paper too much because it looks like he's a little too comfortable right now. If you play a team maybe like Dakota East and West, you would think he throws that ball away right there, but since it's Sycamore on the paper and on those helmets, he's going to try and make a play. He's going to try and make the hero play. But right there, you just can't have it. It takes you out of field goal range. It makes it a 3rd and long.
Yeah, the Comets find themselves in that same spot they were last drive. And Isaac, it's going to be a timeout. Isaac, you said in this week's Comet Sports Talk that with a huge game next week like Lakota West, this could somewhat be a trap game for the Comets, and so far it's kind of looking like that.
Yeah, Comets just, you look at the team you're playing, and you see 1-8. The Sycamore team, they've had very good success against them, but you can't take any opponent in the GMC lightly. We've said this for years now, and Sycamore especially, you'd think the Comets want to come out here and play their best football because Sycamore beat them last year for the first time in 5 years on their home turf in kind of dominant fashion. It was a 21-10 game. Comets never had the lead. Sycamore had it the whole game, but just silly mistakes from this. It's kind of on the players and the coaching staff to not put the players at a bad position. Jason Lewis was on the coverage the last 2 times Trey Meadows has been free. He's only a sophomore, and you'd think you got guys in the secondary. You got Esta Westa to play back there.
Yeah,
you obviously got guys that you can keep back there to have that from happening, because that's the only thing that's happened so far. Sycamore's done.
Yeah, Comets have a nice secondary. Kaiser Wilhelm top in the GMCs, 3 interceptions. Amin Garnett had a huge 44-yard pick that lost to Hamilton. So you wonder what's going on the defensive side, but on the offensive side, it's 3rd and long. Chafe looks to throw. He's looking right. He's going to fire it, and it's caught by Esta Westa, and he's going to be close to the first down.
Great play call. Sycamore's been playing back. Comets definitely have better athletes, a lot quicker, stronger athletes. But that's a great play call right there. It's 4th and inches now. You'd think the Comets have the way bigger front with more physical athletes, so you'd think it's just a run right up the middle here, and if it's not, you'd think if you're Coach Cassie, you might be doing a little too much.
Yeah, we just talked about Esta Westa. He's kind of became a two-way guy since the absence of Brandon Dunn. So the Comets try and jumbo the sets, but it looks like this is going to be a penalty flag. It's going to be a false start against Mason. That's going to make it 4th and about 6. So it goes from 4th and go for it territory.
It seems like now you got to punt it. I mean, if you're doing anything else, you're playing just because you're playing a 1-8 team, you think you can get those 6 yards automatically, but the Comets will go here. They're kind of in an interesting situation, not really a field goal range. Punting would be kind of awkward for Kaiser Wilhelm, so I don't hate the move here, but can't have a false start there.
The Comets have been good on 4th down these past couple of weeks. Chafe is going to be rushed immediately, rolls out to the right side. He's going to run it, throws.
Incomplete.
And the Comets turn it over on downs.
Credit to Sycamore. They're doing everything right now on the defensive end. They've given the Comets different looks. They've brought pressure from both sides. Ashton Chafe has been very uncomfortable. And Dana, what we said is Ashton Chafe, it's his first Battle of the Skies matchup. And in these matchups, the records don't really matter. It's whoever team wants it more, especially in these rivalry atmospheres at Sycamore. they're playing pretty much, this is their game of the year right now. Only 2 more games in the season, already eliminated from postseason contention, so Sycamore just wants it more right now.
It'll be Simpson in the back with Brenham to the right of him. It's going to be a play action, throws over the middle, and it's caught. Trey Meadows is having a night on this Mason defense.
I mean, no one has done it to this Mason team, but you got to think there's only one guy that has done it all year long for this Sycamore Aviator team. It's been Levy Simpson, just a little bit with the arm, but Trey Meadows has been the only guy, so you got to start having a spy on him, maybe double coverage, because it feels like this Comet defensive line can get to the quarterback early, but if it's going to make it that easy, the Comets will do it all day.
So it'll now be 1st and 10 for the Aviators. Immediately rush, and the entire defensive line crushes to Simpson. Mainly the secondary, actually a full blitz. Ryan Davis, Preston Estoesta, Alex Brown, all of the numbers in there, and the Comets take down Simpson.
Yeah, that's what you do to a quarterback that has made a lot of bad decisions this year. As we said before, 9 interceptions, by far the worst in the GMC, actually by 3 interceptions. So a guy, if you bring pressure in his face, he's going to panic.
So 2nd and mile for this Aviator team, 2nd and 18 to be exact. Comet showing a bit of a blitz look again. Estoesta right there on the edge. Simpson is going to roll out to the right side, rush again, throws it to the right side, and it goes out of bounds. It'll make it 3rd and 18 for the Aviators.
I mean, again, that ball's just innocently thrown up, and it's a scary throw for Simpson because it was a little too close to the field of play, it felt like. 3rd and long for Sycamore here. The Comets got to get off the field, and more importantly, they got to get something going on offense, because right now, Sycamore, the way they're playing defense, I can only see the Comets getting field goals so far. Comets will go with a press look on the outside.
Yeah, I think Coach McCullough is going to keep this press look, try and keep Simpson on his toes. 3rd and 18, and it's going to be a false start before the play and even happen. So it's going to make 3rd and 18 even longer.
Yeah, with how the Sycamore team's throwing, you got to think there's got to be at least 2 Comet safeties at the sticks. You cannot have a first down at all here. Only thing that they've done is just those big plays, and you can't avoid it, especially on the road in an atmosphere that, for this Sycamore team, it means the world for them.
So 3rd and 28 now for the Aviators. Going to be a handoff to Brenham, and bounces off the tackle of Estoesta. He breaks free to the 45, and it's going to get him right back to around where they started, a gain of about 18.
Yeah, it's a big play, but it's still 4th and 10, Daniel. So
yeah, this punt team's still going to come out.
Punt team's still going to come out. Comets get the stop. It doesn't really matter if it's 18 yards, if it's 19 yards. Comets get off the field somehow. Trey Meadows has been just dominant so far, and you got to think, if you're watching the broadcast, you got to watch for number 30 at all times, see if he's getting pressed. Almost blocked. Runs in the kicker.
Estoesta kind of tripped into the kicker.
Yeah, interesting to see what the referees will do on this. It should be only a 5-yard penalty. Personal foul will make it a first down, and another terrible mistake for the Comets. Like, you got to think, why would you want to block it there? You get the ball back to your offense. Hasn't played the greatest, but you know they have the potential to do something, and right there you're just handing Sycamore the ball again. Some scores around the GMC. Lakota West leads Lakota East 14-7 in the biggest game in the GMC so far between those 2 rivals of Lakota.
Yeah, absolutely, 2 of the top teams. The Comets will face Lakota West next week in their senior night. So now a free first down. It's going to be a direct snap to Meadows, and he's taken down.
I've seen 3 direct snaps to number 30, Trey Meadows.
Gains about 6 or 7. Cravens and Alex Brown there in on the tackle.
Credit to the Sycamore front. Comets know what's going to happen if Meadows is in the backfield, and it doesn't matter with those 6-yard gains.
Yeah, so you're the Comets. You cannot allow points after when you really should have gotten the ball. The Aviators are now in your part of the field, and last thing you want to do in a game like this is go down 2 possessions.
Levy Simpson on the outside, bottom of your screen.
Be another direct snap to Meadows, and he's going to be taken down right to 30. Tries to break free. Cravens in there again, out of that same group as the first down. That's going to make it third and short for the Aviators.
I mean, Sycamore so far on this offensive end, the way they've played offense, it's a little bit of disrespect, it feels like. Same thing every time. See if the Comets will beat it. And they don't. Another first down for Trey Meadows. The third run direct right to Trey Meadows this drive. And he comes up a little stumbled. Favoring that right leg. And that's something to look for big. The only thing that Sycamore's had so far, you see Meadows hobbling his way to that left side, only player number 30.
So we'll see now it'll be first down for the Aviators. It'll be handoff to Brenham, and the Comets are right there. Number 63, John Hendricks, was in there on the tackle. Same with number 90, Cravens. And that's what you want to see more of from this Mason defense, is getting in the backfield there early.
Yeah, Hendricks was out last game. Just felt like he was a little fatigued and needed that break. Emerson Bikey checks into the game, number 19, at that safety position. Keep an eye on number 30, Trey Meadows.
Yeah, we look at Hendricks. The season he's been having 3.5 sacks, 4.5 tackles for loss coming into the game. The junior has really taken a step up. Simpson's going to look to the right side. And it's going to be caught. Or incomplete. Looks like he drops it there at the end.
Daniel, I'm stunned. Kaiser Wilhelm is one of the best athletes I've seen with my own eyes, and he just got mossed there on the outside.
Yeah, that's why he's one of the top corners in the GMC.
Quinnell Washington, the 5'10", 160, and Kaiser Wilhelm, not the biggest body ever, but great ball there. Just an unbelievable catch, but couldn't hang on to it with the ground. Third and long, fourth down here actually. They'll give it to him again.
And Wilhelm is able to knock it away. So it's going to be a turnover for the Aves.
It will be fourth down now.
No, now it'll be fourth
down.
down.
My apologies.
But 2 plays in a row, they go back to that same play. And both times, Wilhelm is able to step up and make the play. That's what you like to see from your senior.
I mean, Daniel,
defensive back and punter.
What it feels like right now is just backyard, like throwing it up and having some fun out there. The Sycamore team is playing free. This Comet team is playing a little bit tense right now.
Simpson's going to look to the left side, fires it to the back of the end zone, and it's going to be intercepted. Amin Garnett, his second of the year. He takes it for the touchback, so the Comets get the turnover they were looking for.
I mean, Levy Simpson, that will get him into double digits this year in the interception department. Just kind of a laughable throw, a 1-on-3 on the outside, kind of trying to give anything on third down there. As we said, it's kind of been a quiet atmosphere so far, Daniel. Kind of a quiet game. Of course, Mason's in their neon today, their student section. Sycamore student section have a couple people over there, but it just seems like it's been kind of a quiet atmosphere for what you think is the biggest game of Sycamore's season.
It'll be 1st and 10. Ashton Schaaf looks to the right side, and it's tipped, almost intercepted. It looked like he was looking for C.J. Kastner, but it's going to be incomplete.
Yeah, Kastner didn't turn around there. Thought it was a 10-yard out. It was only a 5. Under 4 minutes to play, 3:58 to play in this first half. And Daniel, it's kind of been all Sycamore. It only says 7-3 on that scoreboard, but the Comets have been dominated on both sides of the ball so far.
He's going to hand it off, or he's going to keep it himself. Ashton Schaaf has some room, breaks free towards the middle of the field. He's at the 50. Ashton Schaaf past the 45, the biggest run of the season for the quarterback.
Ashton Schaaf with the wheels. Thought he would escape those last 2 safeties. The biggest run of his football career right there. Big play for Mason. Maybe a tone setter with under 4.
Schaaf looks to throw. He's going to fire it deep down the left side of the field. And Torian Wiggins pulls it in. His first touchdown of the season, a dime from Ashton Schaaf, and the Comets take the lead.
I mean, it's been as ugly as it can get for this Comet team, but Ashton Schaaf's run really fueled the drive. It felt like he felt even more confident on that throw, and as you said, Dana, right in the bucket for Torian Wiggins. Fast guy, beats the 2 safeties on the outside, and the Comets take their first lead of the day with just about 3:40 to go in this second quarter.
And Isaac, I think that's the best throw we've seen. And as long as Ashton Schaaf has been a Comet. Torian Wiggins uses his speed. You mentioned a small frame, but man, the kid can run, and he gets past those 2 defenders. A beautiful throw from the senior quarterback, and that's what the Comets needed.
Yeah, Daniel, it comes all down to experience. Ashton Schaaf has been now at this program for a long time, about a year and a half, 2 years now, and he knows what it takes to be a really good quarterback. It's going back to some GMC scores. Lakota West leads Lakota East in a shootout over there. 21-14, Lakota West leads that game. Kitna with the passing touchdown. He's been dominant this year. QB, son of John Kitna, Bengals quarterback way back when.
Yeah, and Isaac, you talk about a turnaround that Lakota East has had this year. They only won 1 game last year, and now they're fighting for that #1 spot in the GMC. So a huge turnaround for Lakota East this year.
It felt like it all came from that run to the left against the Mason Comets that got their season going. It only takes 1 play.
Yeah,
the Comets kind of had it with that 91-yard play from Adesanya.
Chauncey Peck took 197 yards versus the Comets. Me and you were on that call. We definitely remember that one, but I mean, it felt like after that game, the Comets defense kind of started to adjust and kind of become more of a unified unit. It's going to be a kickoff from Gogol. It'll be fumbled at the 5. A late return, Cale Jordan in pursuit. And he's going to be brought down just past the 10-yard line. That's number 8. Nolan Lapthorne, the sophomore, in there on that tackle. So a big mistake there from the Aviators. It's going to cost them field position.
Yeah, playing with the lead's a lot different than playing without the lead against a team that you think you should definitely beat with the 1-8 record. But it's interesting. This is going to be the most interesting drive of the whole game, I think, Daniel. Plenty of time for Sycamore. 3.5 minutes to go, and what do they do down against this Mason team in a game that they're definitely in? Haven't had a lot of leads or even close games this year.
Yeah.
As we mentioned before, negative 277 point differential just hasn't went Sycamore's way at all.
And there's going to be a holding call as well onto that, so it's going to be placed at the 6 of Sycamore. And you got to think here, if you're Levi Simpson, it's just get the ball out immediately because the Comets are likely to be bringing pressure.
It's Trey Meadows again.
It is going to be Meadows in the back. He's just going to take it himself, bounces out to the right, and he's going to be taken down, maybe a gain of 2 or 1. It'll be second down for the Aves.
Meadows still walking gingerly around the field. Seems like he got caught up with that ankle of the Comet defensive end last possession, but damn, it's been really interesting to see how many direct runs we've seen and against this Comet team that's been the top 3 in the GMC the last 3-4 years under coach.
Yeah, so now second down, Simpson checks back in. It's going to be a handoff to the left side. Nowhere to go. He's going to go backwards. That's going to make it third down now for the Aviators. And how about this front 7 getting some pressure, not allowing anything to happen?
Yeah, 2.5 minutes to go in the half. And with that holding penalty, if Sycamore can't get this first down, Mason's going to have less than 50 yards to get in field goal range and to even tack onto this lead.
So the Comets, they get a stop here, get a chance to get the ball back. You mentioned 2 minutes, 10 seconds left and counting. Ball placed right around the 5-yard line. Aviators riding back against their end zone. It's going to be a handoff to Branham, and he's going to go nowhere. So that'll force a 4th down, and the Comets have a chance to get this ball back with some pretty nice field position. It's going to be a timeout called.
Coach Brian Kastner screaming from the 50-yard line all the way down to the 10, trying to get someone to listen to him to get that timeout call. Coach Kastner has been the type to, if I'm a referee, I might not be on the same side of him most case scenarios. He's a really energetic, enthusiastic guy, especially as a coach. Wants everything to do with the win. Anything to do with the win will get Coach Kastner going. And 1:50 to go in this game. It's going to be interesting to see how much room Sycamore will have on this punt. See if the Comets will go for a block. They tried to go for a block before, was a running into the punter to give Sycamore first down. So that's definitely what you can't do if you're Mason.
Yeah, you got to avoid the penalties on this 4th down. Even though Simpson is a pretty nice punter, you have a great punt returner in Kaiser Wilhelm. He's already had a very nice return tonight. It's going to be him and Esto there in the back. But you're the Comets, you might be thinking of trying to block this thing. Esto had a blocked punt for a return, and that one's going to be snapped through the back of the end zone.
Safety for Mason. Another miscue for the Aviators. Kind of an uncomfortable situation, one of the most uncomfortable you can be in football, back in your own end zone, especially for punter and quarterback. And right there, a big mistake. The Comets not only get the ball with, will probably be plus territory, but add 2 points onto it. Still one possession game. Comets lead 12-7. And as we wait here, the Mason Band is heading to regionals at Lucas Oil Stadium. Of course, we know that they're top 10 every single year in the country for the best band, so we wish them good luck.
Yeah, so a big weekend for them. We know they went to the Rose Bowl last year. A very decorated band, always one of the top in the country. So excited to see that. Even had a girl win state in swimming as well, so a big week for the Mason Comets. So now the score is going to be 12-7 for the Comets after the safety. And they'll get the ball back and likely to get pretty solid field position The way kickoff is lined up after a safety, usually good for the returning team. So they will kick this ball off.
Southpaw kicker here.
Minute 49 left in this first half. It's going to be returned by Jamie and Martin. He's taken down at the 38. Nice tackle there.
Jamie and Martin on the return.
And the Comets will get solid field position. That was Purdue in there once again on that tackle. So, Isaac, the Comets come out. They got 7 on that last drive. A beautiful throw from Ashton Schaaf to the junior receiver, Torian Wiggins. That's going to be a highlight reel that we're going to see a lot after this game. But a minute 42 left. You do have time. You did burn a timeout before that punt.
Can't make any mistakes.
See what the Comets will do. It's going to be a first play handoff to... It's going to be Schaaf. He's going to keep it himself. The read options even sometimes get the announcers.
Yeah, Ashton Schaaf has been keeping it and keeping it. As Comets will have a hurt player down on the field. Ashton Schaaf is down on the field, favoring that right leg and that ankle region. And that is a huge loss for Mason if that ends up being multiple weeks. He's been the star of Mason, maybe one of their best players the last 3-4 weeks. You look at this, who's the backup for the Comets?
It's likely to be Kaiser Wilhelm or
he's kind of been the only guy that the Comets have tested this year.
Comets also have sophomore quarterback Alex Silly, who got some playing time last week.
Kaiser Wilhelm was throwing on the sideline. Schaaf is walking under his own power, which is, of course, good to see if you're a Comet fan.
But you hope the best for the senior quarterback, as he's really started coming into his own the past couple of weeks.
And you got to think, if you're Coach Caston, you can't have any of Ashton Schaaf in the next minute 20 to go.
Yeah, absolutely not. It's going to be Kaiser Wilhelm in at quarterback for the Comets. Timeout called by Sycamore. And Isaac, we saw Kaiser Wilhelm take some snaps at quarterback in their loss to the Princeton Vikings earlier in the season. He went 0 for 4, hasn't completed anything, but the athlete that Kaiser is, you hear some stuff from practice that he does have a nice little arm.
Very small sample size, as you said. I think if you're going to do anything with Kaiser Wilhelm, it's either got to be a 50-yard bomb that's almost near out of bounds, or you got to run with them. Can't do anything crazy, because if you get Sycamore, let them have a pick six or even a fumble, you can't give Sycamore any more momentum. They've only had one play that's killed the Comets, maybe even 2 if Trey Meadows would have held on to that second one. But the Comets definitely have the momentum. They've definitely shown in this second quarter, especially the second half of the second quarter, that they're the better team. 119, well, very interesting to see what we'll see here.
Yeah, so now second and short for the Comets. Kaiser Wilhelm in at quarterback. Temi Adesanya to his left. And he's going to look to throw, looks to the left side, but he's going to take it up the middle, and he has some room past the 50. Kaiser Wilhelm has a lot of room to the 40, and he's pushed out of bounds at the 35. A minute 7 left to go. A nice first play from the emergency quarterback.
Yeah, Dana, we talk about how an athlete Kaiser Wilhelm is, and if you're going to see anything from this kid, it might not be throwing the ball, but instead running the ball. And Ashton Schaaf, one play later, trots back onto the field. A little bit of grimace in that leg. It seems like he has to be near 100% for the trainer or Coach Kastner to give him a chance out there, especially with a minute to go in the half.
Yeah, some big toughness from the senior quarterback. He checks back in, and he's going to look to throw. Rolls. He's going to throw over the middle, and it's caught by C.J. Kastner. Kastner is swarmed down. A nice first play. And it is nice to see in that first pass back from Schaaf is that he wasn't a statue in the pocket. He rolled up a little bit, got hit as he threw, and the quarterback looks to be just fine.
Something to mention, did get kind of sandwiched after the play there. If you are Ashton Schaaf, you are going to have the whole half to recover, but you can't take too many hits until then.
So Schaaf's going to look to throw once again. Has time, launches it for the end zone, wide open!
Torian Wiggins.
Torian Wiggins, his second touchdown of the night. The junior wide receiver having a breakout game.
Have a day, kid. Torian Wiggins hasn't gotten almost any playing time at all this season. Just goes out there and wide open. Just dominating for Torian Wiggins.
And it just had to be some busted coverage because he was wide open in the end zone. Gokulan continues his perfect streak of extra points. And how about the turnaround from this Mason Comet team? Goes down 7-0, 19 unanswered, and it is all Mason Comets here at Sycamore.
Comets cheerleaders getting booed on that left side. Cheerleaders going near that Sycamore student section. As we said with that intro, these two teams do not like each other. But the Comets up 12 now, 30 seconds to go. And Daniel, yeah, with that busted coverage, it feels like Sycamore maybe might be giving up a little bit of hope here. They had their chance against Mason. They had their chance up 7-0, had a busted coverage. Again, Trey Meadows dropping that pass and Kaiser Wilhelm getting lost by Sycamore, but couldn't hang on to it. Sycamore had their chances, but now it feels like unless something crazy happens, it's going to be all Comets.
Yeah, and like you mentioned about that video we played at the start of the broadcast, big thanks to Owen Hurley, one of our media guys, put together that Battle of the Skies video.
Off to kick it is Alex Chamberlain. Hasn't really gotten any playing time. The backup kicker, interesting to see if the Comets do anything. That right side is pretty open.
And Chamberlain's going to go up. It's going to be a bit of a squib kick, and it rolls all the way past. A beautiful squib kick from the junior, and he's brought down before the 20. So with 24 seconds left, Alex Chamberlain.
Gotta love to see it.
Yeah, the junior kicker, his first of the season. And just a beauty. Rolls right through the middle of the Sycamore special teams unit.
Yeah, Alex Chamberlain, definitely the more fundamental kicker, you could say. Doesn't really have the leg that Max Gogol has, but he can do really good in those squib and onside kick situations. So if the Comets do ever have that situation, maybe against Lakota West, when they're down, they might bring him out.
And Simpson's just going to kneel this down, and it looks like we're just going to go to half. Play clock at 25, so both teams start going to the locker rooms. After going down 7-0 early in the first, the Comets score 19 unanswered, thanks to the number 9-21 connection, or 11-21 connection of Ashton Schaaf to Torian Wiggins. Stay tuned for the second half here on Mesa Sports Radio at this Battle of the Skies matchup. Welcome back to Sycamore High School for this second half action here from Mason Sports Radio. The Comets start with the ball. I'm Daniel Panetti here with Isaac Vargo, and Isaac, Comets scored 19 straight to take a 19-7 lead.
Yeah, Daniel, not a great start for Mason, of course. Probably one of the worst starts you could have. Sycamore with a huge play. And that first quarter and pretty much most of the second quarter, it was all Trey Meadows for this Sycamore team. But then they kind of switched it up. Trey Meadows was almost exclusively in the backfield for the Sycamore Aviator running game. And the Comets started to pick up on that. Trey Meadows was a little bit hurt, so was Ashton Schaaf. Ashton Schaaf had to go out for a play. Kaiser Wilhelm came in and had that big run, and then 2 plays later, Ashton Schaaf to Torian Wiggins, who has 2 touchdowns, and that leads us to here.
Yeah, what a game that the junior wide receiver is having. It's going to be a pitch to the right side to Adesanya. Adesanya breaks through. Adesanya's going to get a first down and more. A flag flies late, but he's tackled at the 50.
There's a flag down on the play. Ball was carried by number 5.
We'll see what the call is going to be. Adesanya has...
That's going to be a hold on the offense. Comet, good run there. Good run there from the Comets. It will be a false start penalty.
The Comets. He lost some 10 yards from the spot of the foul.
It's going to be a 10-yard penalty after the call.
That's going to make it 1st and long here for the Comets. Good run there for Mason. Nonetheless, holding call.
We'll check that one more time. Looks like it's going to be a 1st and 15. Or it looks like they may have picked up the flag. So
now showing 1st and 9.
So who knows what happened. Schaaf to the left side. He has some room and he slides down at the 45. Close to the first down marker. We'll see what they give him. And it's going to be just a few inches short.
2nd and 1.
Good play there from Ashton Schaaf, the design run. He's had a lot this year. 9-yard run there, makes it a second manageable. Just start this second half of play.
Yeah, we've seen Schaaf use his arm and his legs this season. It seems like when he's running is when the offense is at best, when both of them are able to work. Handoff to Adesanya. He's
loose.
taken down. It looks like Comets will hold on to it, but that's going to be a 4th down.
Adesanya with the carry.
That's going to be a 3rd down here.
Number 1, Nick Brennan.
And going back to running the ball, Ashton Schaaf ran the ball 8 times for this Comet offense, his long being 38 yards, and 5 more than any other rusher for the Comets. Temi Adesanya with only 3 rushes in this game for 424 yards. It's an average of 8 per carry. But it's been the majority passing attack for this Comet team.
Yeah, so 3rd and 2 for the Comets. A lone receiver at the bottom of your screen. It's Torian Wiggins. It's going to be a handoff to Adesanya up the middle. Adesanya gets the first down. And this drive's going to keep moving. He's tackled right around the 50.
Yeah, I love the play call. Talked about in the first half how the Comets need to keep things simple. The Sycamore defense is the worst in the GMC statistically wise, and there's a reason for that. They've given up 439 yards per game this year, which is obviously below average. Comets move the sticks at midfield.
So, yeah, 1st down for the Comets. It's going to be throws to the left side. It's caught by
Jamie Martin.
Yeah, Jamie Martin, number 88. We've seen him on kick returns a few times this year for Mason.
Yeah, similar player to Torian Wiggins, a little smaller of a build, but man, he can fly. Jamie Martin, crowned, you could say, as the fastest person in the school at William Mason High School. Showing it there on 2nd and 4. Only a sophomore, Jamie Martin is, so Comets have a nice player there at number 88.
2nd and about medium for Mason. It's going to be a handoff up the middle. And not much going there for the Comets. It's going to make it 3rd and about 3 or 4.
Number 28, Brandon Birdsong with the carry.
Yeah, Brandon Birdsong with his first run of the day. He got a lot of carries against that Coleraine defense. Again, another sophomore, a little bit undersized, but has a great motor running back for this Comet team. 3rd and short, just under 9 minutes in this 3rd quarter.
Birdsong's going to stay in the backfield with Schaaf. Trips to the right side. Schaaf rolls out to the right, has some time, fires it, and it's complete to C.J. Kastner. And the Comets keep the chains moving. A nice throw there from Schaaf. First down, Comets.
Yeah, the Comets have done that a lot this season. A lot of rolling out to the right. Only option really there for the first down is C.J. Kastner. Lucky enough to have him there. Almost swatted away late by a Sycamore defensive back. But the Comets just doing what they're supposed to in this second half, moving the sticks with long drives.
The Comets find themselves in Aviator territory once again. Birdsong behind Schaaf. It's going to be a keeper with Schaaf, but he's not going to go anywhere.
Lost a yard.
They keep coming. 2nd and 11 here.
It's going to be a 2nd down for Mason. Some of these read options are starting to get a little predictable, you'd say, for Mason. They've been running them almost with more with Schaaf on those plays than their running back. It's going to be 2nd and about 11. Schaaf throws left side, caught by Martin. Martin breaks free. Martin just one man to beat, but he's taken down right at around the 12. It'll be a first down for the Comets.
Jamie and Martin, talk about turning it on to the second level. Jamie and Martin using that speed, getting around to the outside right there, and that's a big run. And Ashton Schaaf in this first half of play, and now we're starting to see the same trend in the 3rd quarter. The best throwing performance I've seen from him in a Comet uniform.
Yeah, he's gotten so much more comfortable throwing the ball this season. First down now. It's going to be a handoff to Birdsong. Birdsong breaks to the right side, still moving at the 5. Tries to get a push from the offensive line, but he's going to be taken down.
Going back to Ashton Schaaf, his first half stats, 7 for 9, only 9 passing attempts, but those 9 passing attempts went for 133 and 2 touchdowns. Explosive plays, mostly coming to Torian Wiggins. But we can see in this drive, it's been a lot of Jamie and Martin, a lot of, as we said there, Birdsong, and both of those guys sophomores, so the experience to see in these young guys is really big for this Comet team, as next year Ashton Schaaf graduating. Not a lot of guys.
Ball's on the ground. Schaaf's able to jump right back on it. So Comets almost turned the ball over. Instead, it's going to be a 3rd and 7. The Comets, you don't want to turn the ball over at this part of the field.
Yeah, as you said, it's been a great drive for Comets. It's a 3rd and 7 here, 6 minutes to go. Almost taken off half of that 3rd quarter. They've taken it down to the red zone. As you said, no turnovers here. In field goal range. Would keep it a 2-possession game.
So now 3rd and 7 for the Comets. It's going to be a handoff to Birdsong. Birdsong breaks to the left side. He has an opening, and he is going to get into the end zone.
It looks like a blocking in the back could be called from the Comets. C.J. Kastner was in on the action, as well as Ethan Jordan. Just an outstanding run from Birdsong, but it felt like the only way he could get in the end zone was from that block in the back. Will be brought back. Huge loss there from the Comets.
It looks like he had that left side open, but it is going to be brought back. Would have been Birdsong's first of his varsity career.
What a run there, though.
Yeah,
Take it to the outside.
Yeah, inside didn't work. Bounces it out to the left side. Looked like he got in, but that flag there just at the end brings it back. And I'd like to mention, it's been all Brandon Birdsong, really no Temi Adesanya here in the second half for Mason. But now it's going to be 3rd
3rd and 16.
Yes.
Adesanya is in the backfield this time.
Yeah, 3rd and 16 for the Comets. 3 receivers to the right side. And Sycamore look to have jump. We'll see what it's going to be. It is going to be offsides versus the Aviators. So the Comets get a few yards back.
Yeah, Comets, that's a big snap count right there to make it a way more manageable 3rd and 11. 3rd and 11, 3rd and 16 are way different. In field goal range, though, can't make any mistakes. Would like to see that kind of 10-yard turnaround that we've seen. Estuesta is in the slot on your screen, number 0.
So we'll see if it goes to him. Shafes drops back, looks to throw, and breaks the sack. He's still moving, but he's going to go down right around the 16-yard line. It's going to force a 4th down.
Another flag on the field. It's going to be another Mason hold.
Holding against Mason.
And that's going to redo the 3rd down again, Daniel. It's the 3rd time they've had to run this 3rd down play.
It looks like they might have declined it.
That penalty is declined.
It is declined, so it's going to make it 4th down for the Comets. Field goal unit trots onto the field. Gokul 10 for 14 on the season with 1 tonight.
Daniel, we talked about making mistakes. This makes the field goal way harder for Max Gogol. He's been good today. Gogol for the kick attempt.
The junior kicker definitely has the leg. TJ Kastner, it's a down kick, would have been good, but a flag is going to come out. It's going to be a false start.
Just Comets making mistakes after mistakes.
Yeah. Another penalty on the line for the Comets. It's going to bring them back a little bit. Still got to think Gogol's going to have the leg for it. But you don't want to have penalties like that.
He's definitely got the leg. Look over to the flag for any wind updates. Hasn't moved all day. Wind is not going to be a problem. It's whether Gogol can put it through the uprights.
This ball at the 21, be about 38 yards for Gokul. Kick is up, has the distance, and it is good. Comets take a now 22-7 lead after the field goal from the junior Max Gokul. Didn't get 7, but the Comets take a lot of time off the clock and do get some points.
What a kick there from Max Gogol. 39, as we said, a lot of penalties from the Comets. Took away almost half of the 3rd quarter time. Almost a perfect drive. Could have liked the touchdown, but take away all the time there. Get some points on top of it. Max Gogol looking even better. Same as this Comet team has. 39 there from Max Gogol. Looked perfect with plenty of room. And again here, Daniel, Alex Chamberlain will trot onto the field for his 2nd kick attempt of the game for the kickoff. First attempt was late in the 2nd quarter, attempted the squib kick. Doesn't have the leg as Max Gogol does, but you would think he's kind of more of a elusive, nifty kicker. We'll see here what the junior has for this Comet team. You'd almost think a squib kick would be almost for sure here.
Chamberlain does kick it off. It's going to be another squib. And he touches the ground at the 26, so it'll be called down.
We've seen a lot in high school that the squib kick is a very effective way to kick it off. And we've seen that the return teams for most of these teams in the GMC can't really handle it. Chamberlain does a good job there. Sycamore stays at about the 25-yard line. It's where this Sycamore team will trot back onto the field. Still only down 2 possessions, still very much in this game. Have had only one big play, really. Have had a couple situations where it could have been 2 potential touchdowns dropped. 1 touchdown and their only touchdown from Trey Meadows. Motioning over will be their quarterback, Trey Meadows. It will be a flea flicker throwing down the field. It's undercut. Kaiser Wilhelm with the interception. Slaps him in the face, and he has room. Kaiser Wilhelm has room, and he fumbles it. Picked up by Sycamore. Are you kidding me? An absolutely chaotic play here at Aviator Stadium. And Daniel, I apologize for stealing the call right there, but that was unbelievable.
I mean, just a big what just happened kind of play. Interception, fumbles it. Who knows what even you call that, but
I mean, something crazy that I haven't seen in a very long time. As Kaiser Wilhelm gets that interception, it immediately slaps the helmet of the wide receiver, something you just don't see very often. Kaiser Wilhelm a little bit too early trying to celebrate with his teammates before he got out of bounds or his knee was down. Huge loss for the Comets. Sycamore with a little bit of trickery, and that is just a killer for Kaiser Wilhelm. Something you can put on the stat sheet for sure and the highlight reel.
yeah, either way, it'll still be Wilhelm's 4th interception of the year. It's towards the top of the GMC. Who knows? Maybe he gets his 5th. 2 interceptions in pretty much one drive, but it'll be a handoff to
Meadows.
Trey Meadows.
Meadows has got a lot of ball in the third quarter.
Yeah, just a few yards there on first down. Not much.
It's Meadows. Couple runs early in this game. There's been a lot of wildcat for this Aviator team.
So now it'll be 2nd and 8 for the Aviators, trying to rebound from that interception and fumble. It's going to be thrown to the left side, but the Comets are right there. Alex Brown, one of the guys, and Preston Estoesta, and they're on the tackle for the Comets.
Good defense there from the Comets. Another 3rd down here. Sycamore's been atrocious on these 3rd downs all year long. Kind of been the story of their season. 3rd down. It has been a team to watch from this team. Very exciting plays here at Aviator Stadium in the Battle of Skies matchup. Clock goes under 10. Just about 4 minutes left in this 3rd quarter.
Play clock now at 5. Simpson's got to get this one off. 3rd down. Drops back, looks to throw, fires over the middle, and it's intercepted. Ryan Davis gets the interception, and it's his 1st of the year. And in 2 drives, I guess you could say, the Comets forced 2 interceptions.
And you knew it would happen. Been very, very not good with the ball. Simpson has all year long. 11 interceptions would be the mark. After that first one that Kaiser Wilhelm picked off, it would now be 12. Ryan Davis with the interception. Comets have plus territory again, trying to make this a blowout.
Yeah, rarely do you see 2 interceptions in practically one drive, but the Comets are able to do that. It'll be 1st down. Brandon Birdsong in at running back. Schaaf looks to throw. He's going to fire to the end zone, the left side, looking for Martin, and he reels it in.
I mean, talk about the kids on the outside. Oh my gosh, what a play, what a throw from Ashton Schaaf.
Ashton Schaaf is having a night with some of these throws. Jamian Martin gets his 1st of the year. That those corners of the end zone have been the best friend of this Comet offense, and pending this extra point, they take a 29-7 lead. Gokul on for the extra points. He's been perfect all year, and he keeps that streak going. How about them Comets?
Yeah, Jamian Martin, a guy that really deserves it. At the beginning of the season, was hurt with that shoulder injury, came in for this Comets team, one of the fastest guys around, and just shows it right there. Unbelievable hand-eye coordination with that over-the-shoulder catch with coverage. Unbelievable ball from Ashton Schaaf. This team has been the best they've looked in a very long time. Obviously, teams they're playing are Coleraine and Sycamore, but the throws that Ashton Schaaf is showing he's capable of making at the beginning of the season, if someone told you, you'd be like, you're lying.
Yeah, just an incredible game overall from this both sides of the ball. Minus that first drive, the defense has been nothing short of dominance. And we talked to Temi Adesanya and Ethan Jordan after the win last week, and they talked about how important it is for this offense and team in general to get so hot before we reach the playoffs, and they're keeping that going.
Love to see it. Alex Chamberlain out again for his third consecutive kick of the evening. Giving Max Gogo a little bit of break. He's done a great job kicking field goals. Alex Chamberlain hasn't really got his chance. We'll try right here.
Chamberlain will squib it away, but it's immediately picked up by the Aviators, and they have room, and they're tackled at the 25. Not what the Comets were looking for. Almost disastrous.
I mean, something you just don't see. The last time I saw it was in that Ohio State game when Oregon just kicked it right away, hit off the Ohio State player, but right there, not what Alex Chamberlain, this kickoff team, are looking to do. Try kicking it through those returners to that 10-yard mark. Kicks it right to them, and something you can't have happen, the open, wide open.
Yeah,
Sycamore down about 22, but half plus territory.
Yeah, but great awareness there on the special teams for the Aviators, able to pick it up immediately. They knew the squib was coming and went right to them, and they're able to get great field position at the 25. Simpson, this is going to be a play action. He rolls out to the right side. He tosses it to the right side, and it's caught by Brenham, and he trucks one guy for the Comets.
Brenham is a big boy, and he's trotting down there for Sycamore, and he just trucks Preston Esta. As you could say, a Division I type of player. 3-star coming into the season, hasn't really had the season he's wanted, but one of these guys for the Comets. And Branham lays the boom on him.
Could be a nice little boost there for the Aviators. It's going to be a handoff to Meadows, but he's brought down immediately in the backfield. It's number 96 for the Comets back there.
Yeah, something you love to see. Comets stopping the run.
The freshman A.J. Kaler and Cale Jordan in there on the tackle for the Comets. We look at A.J. Kaler.
Yeah, got his
freshman, 6 foot 225.
Yeah, got his first sack against Coleraine last week. Very impressive kid. A couple relatives that came through the LGL. Quentin Kaler, stud here at Mason.
Be third down for the Aviators. Looks to the end zone. No one home. And a flag looks like it might be thrown.
Yeah, Ryan Davis and Alex Brown put a hit on Simpson after the play.
Flag on the play.
We'll call it a chop block. A little bit too high, excuse me.
Yeah, so we'll see what the call is from the officials.
Didn't really seem like a super late hit. That's more of a violent hit.
It looks like it's going to go against.
There are two
it's going to go against both teams.
Illegal
procedure and a roughing the passer.
Roughing the passer.
It looks like they will kind of offset each other. Yeah. And they'll repeat third down. So for a second play in a row, it'll be 3rd and 6 for the Aviators.
Yeah, watch Trey Meadows on that left side, number 30, kind of sitting at your 25-yard line. Had that 3-man bunch right there. He's kind of the guy to watch. Kind of been Simpson's only guy all year and the only guy tonight.
Yeah, you know, Simpson's going to look left immediately, but it looks like we're going to get a timeout by the Comets.
Yeah, big play here. Comets got to get off the field. Interesting to see Sycamore's kicker, Nicholas Shelney, is 0 for 2 this year on kick attempts. Has a big leg. Saw him in warm-ups. Hit a 52-yarder with ease. But this year hasn't really got the opportunity. 6 for 8 on those extra points, which is hard to believe. Seeing him in warm-ups, lefty kicker, in field goal range for him, it would feel like. But Sycamore hasn't really gave him the opportunity all year long of being in the red zone. 2:42 to go in this third quarter. Comets lead by 22.
Yeah, just a great game from them. It's going to be this third down for the Aviators. It feels like if you want to stay in this game, even though the score likely says this one's already over, but if you want to stay in this game, you're going to have to convert here on third down.
And Comets 29 unanswered, as we said before.
So we'll see. Look for Trey Meadows. He lines up there.
In the slot.
Yeah.
Westa got him.
At the 25. So Simpson in the shotgun. He's going to take the snap. Immediately looking that way. Fires to the end zone. One-on-one jump ball, and it falls incomplete. Great defense there from the Comets. And they're going to force a fourth down. Amin Garnett with the pass deflection.
Yeah, trying to get his second right there. Nothing really open, just kind of a prayer for Sycamore. Sycamore, interesting to see here. Down 22, haven't really got anything going on offense since that first play of the game. I would have given Shelney the chance, kicking the way I saw him kick in warm-ups, but it looks like Sycamore chooses differently. 2:30 left in this third quarter of play. Fourth down here for the Aviators.
The Aviators want to stay in this one. They got to convert. Looks over the middle, and it's caught. Or no, it's incomplete, but a flag late.
Simpson's pass falls incomplete. There is
and it's going to go against the Comets. It looks like they might get pass interference here.
Daniel might be biased, but that seems pretty soft to me. Kaiser Wilhelm got there a little early, but nonetheless, the ball wasn't very good. Gives Sycamore kind of a break here. And seeing that last play from Sycamore, kind of a break, as we said before. But kind of as a Comet fan, I want to see Nick Branham get the ball again. He's just an exciting player to watch, and that running back in that backfield, kind of in that fullback.
Yeah, it's that same formation for the Aviators. It's going to be a direct run with Simpson. Nowhere to go. He bounces it out to the left side, but he's taken down right around the 11-yard line. Really not much to go for the quarterback.
Yeah,
Alex Brown.
Simpson running for his life right there. Has the most rushing attempts for this team all year long, and it mostly comes because that offensive line can't really get any push, and Simpson has to retreat.
It'll be second down for the Aves. Simpson looks to the sideline.
Just under 2 minutes in this third.
Branham in the backfield. First down at about the 1-yard line, so they can get the chains to move one more time. It's going to be a handoff to Branham, but he's taken down immediately. It's number 55 there for the Comets.
Brian O,
the junior, in there to make the stop.
Gotta love some Brian O tackles. Big kid down there, not the tallest guy ever, but man, is he strong in the middle. Some score updates around the GMC, probably the biggest one of the season. Battle of the Dakotas. Dakota West leads 35-21 against Dakota East.
So Branham looks to the right side. He's going to look for the end zone, and it falls incomplete. That's going to make it fourth down now for the Aviators. They find themselves in that same spot that they were just in a few seconds ago.
Give my guy a chance to kick it. Only has 2 on the year. It's about a 25-yarder right down the middle. Sycamore trying to get the final hurrah and trying to get in the end zone, but feel bad for the guy.
And we'll keep the offense out on the field here for 4th down. 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right of Simpson. Looks right side, he's going to fling it up in the end zone, and it's batted down. The Aviators turn it over once again, and a big stop there for the Comets as they will get the ball back.
Yeah, Jason Lewis, number 33 on the coverage, hasn't had the night he's wanted. Did give up the only touchdown of the game to Trey Meadows, but is a sophomore, 6 foot 180 sophomore. One of the another guys you're giving experience as a sophomore. This sophomore class is dangerous.
Yeah, a lot of all these underclassmen getting playing time in a game like this. The Comets have a chance to put up 30 in the Battle of the Skies. Last year it was a 21-10 loss, and they've completely flipped the switch this year.
Yeah, very underrated Sycamore team last year. When I watched that game last year, I thought they'd be an 8-4, 9-3 type of team. They only finished 6-6.
Schaaf is going to hand it off to Birdsong to the left side, but he's brought down. A nice tackle there in the backfield for the Aviators.
Cannon McBarry
Actually in the backfield there for the Comets, a junior. His first rush of the evening.
It was Finn Cornea, my apologies. Cannon McBarry there in the backfield. We saw him a little bit last week for the Comets.
More score updates. So Cody East gets a field goal, now going down 35-24, and Oak Hills leads Fairfield 14-11.
Down, it's going to be a pitch to McBarry on the right side, and he's going to be tackled late whistle, and he'll get maybe just about a yard or 2 there on 2nd down. It'll make it 3rd and long.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter. The score
but that's going to do it here for the 3rd quarter here at Aviator Stadium. The Comets a commanding 29-7 lead. Stay tuned here for the 4th quarter here on Mason Sports Radio. And welcome back for the 4th quarter here on Mason Sports Radio. 29-27 is your score. Comets 29 unanswered after a Sycamore touchdown.
Yeah, 29-7 is the score here. And McBarry gets hit on the screen there. He's gotten beat up in this drive. Comets kind of in the same scenario Sycamore was when they had the safety over the head of the punter.
Hopefully no announcer's cue. It's a good snap, and he's able to get it off, but a pretty bad punt there from the Comets. It's not what they were looking for. Sycamore's going to get the ball in common territory.
Mason's punt is down at the 30-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Aviators.
It'll be first down.
Sycamore, very good territory here. At the 30-yard line. Very bad punt there from Kaiser Wilhelm. About a 25-yarder, if that.
Yeah, they'll get the best starting field position that they have today.
Yeah.
Trying to get some points out of the strive.
And I'll tell you what, this Sycamore team is fun to watch on the offensive side. Ton of explosive plays.
Yeah,
some don't go their way,
a lot
but
of
you know,
deep
they
shots.
take shots.
Yeah, a lot of deep shots, but unfortunately for them, that leads to turnovers. 3 interceptions. And it's going to be a rollout. And it's going to be a direct snap to the left side. Meadows taken down at about the 34. Kaiser Wilhelm in there on the tackle.
Meadows with the carry for a gain of 1.
Yeah,
Jeez.
Sycamore just trying everything. Nothing doing there.
Hey, saw Simpson like run out to the right side there at the last second. It'll now be 2nd and about 9 for the Aviators. They try not to be held scoreless in the second half.
That's 3 quarters at that.
Simpson looks to throw, has time, launches it deep for the end zone, and it's going to be incomplete. It looks like the Comets might have had a shot to pick that one off. Jason Lewis was sitting right under it, but another defensive back of one of his own guys kind of pops him.
The only thing I can describe it as is just jackpot at this point. Throwing up Hail Marys here for Sycamore.
That's actually a great comparison, I think.
Appreciate it.
I think he would play at a recess back in elementary school. But like he said, it's pretty much just Simpson just lobbing it up and hoping that one of his receivers.
It leads to a really, really fun game to watch of football.
3rd down, we're going to get a whistle before the snap. Garnett drops.
Me and Garnett after the play trying to get the pick 6 before he catches it.
It's going to be a false start. You know, good thing for Garnett that the play was blown dead, because that would not leave him for a while.
10 minutes left in the game. Princeton leads Middletown 13-7 in the 4th quarter. Big game there. Princeton, of course, one of the better teams in the GMC, have been struggling as of late. Middletown at home have also been struggling.
It's going to be a screen pass, and it's caught by Brenham. Brenham has some room to the 30. Won't get the first down.
Pass goes to number 1, Nick Branham. Tackled on the play by
And
0.
this one's going to be brought back once again. It looks like there's going to be a hold
There's a flag
on the
play.
Aviators.
Holding against the Aviators.
Yeah, great design play. One of the better calls I like today. Good execution. Get the ball to one of your better players, but doesn't end up working. 3rd and forever.
Yeah, so after that hold, it's going to be 3rd and not 14 anymore. Maybe about 3rd and about 24.
3rd and very long.
Either way, look, we might see a
Sycamore student section now chanting, "I believe that we will win." So they've kind of had a chuckle of this season.
to the left side, and it's intercepted to see if Esta held on to it. But no, they're going to call it incomplete. Esta almost able to reel it in.
Oh, give it to him.
Pass is intercepted.
They are going to call it an interception.
Preston Esta.
Esta will get his 2nd interception of the season. Looked like it was ruled incomplete. but that's number 4 on the night for Levy Simpson.
Yeah, another just jump ball, heave, pray for anything. And you could just tell Levy Simpson, you can see how he's number 1 in GMC when it comes to the most interceptions and the worst completion percentage at 45%. Not good at all. 9 interceptions coming into this game now brings this mark up to 13. 7 more than any other player. He is frustrated on the sideline with his teammates.
I think we're going to get an injury timeout now. It'll be a first down for the Comets after the interception. But we've mentioned a couple times tonight, Isaac, it's so important that the Comets are playing their best brand of football here in October. And we've gotten to the point where every game matters. And this game is actually, I'm pretty sure, is going to clinch a playoff spot for the Comets.
Yes, it should. Comets, of course, on senior night are going to have the toughest test of the season against Lakota West. This is the way you want to play football. Haven't lost in October. This will be the 4th straight win, of course, if they hold on. 4th straight win. Lakota West has been pretty much dominant all year long. Their only losses to Princeton early in the season. Of course, they're playing Lakota East, so if they win that game, they'll be coming ready to play at Dwyer Field.
Schaaf looks to the left side, and it's going to be incomplete. Was looking for Torian Wiggins on the left side, but he's not able to bring it in.
Yeah, Wiggins with a little bit of a slower second half, you could say.
Torian Wiggins falls incomplete.
If I'm Torian Wiggins, though, with those 2 touchdowns in the first half, I'll take that all day long.
Absolutely. In a game where, we really weren't expecting to see much of the junior. Hasn't gotten a lot of play so far this year, but we saw a glimpse last week, and obviously tonight on some of those deep shots. The absence of Brandon Dunn has opened some roles for some guys. It's going to be a handoff up the middle, and he keeps on pushing to about the 46.
At the 26-yard line.
And
talking about Brennan Dunn, seems like he didn't have any pads on today. He's walking out with the team, one of the captains of this team, one of the better players on this team. Interesting to see if he'll make it back for their playoff run, if the Comets will have any this season, any luck in the playoff time. I don't think he'll make it to the Lakota West game, as it'll be a 3rd and short.
Yeah, and Adesanya is going to get it. Tries to spin it out another guy. He gets tackled at the 29. It'll move the sticks for the Comets.
Yeah, nice run there from Adesanya. Another first down. Comets moving the sticks. Good play call. Not doing anything too crazy.
Now it'll be first down for the Comets after the run from Adesanya. It'll be another handoff to number 5. Tries to hurdle a guy, but he's going to be brought down at about the 36.
Yeah, Adesanya trying to find a way for his legs to fit through that hole right there.
Really,
8 minutes to go in the game.
Really, do you see a guy the frame of Adesanya try and make a guy miss by hurdling him? Either way, it's going to be second down and short for the Comets. Schaaf looks to the left side. It's caught by Martin. Runs right into a defensive back. He's going to get the first down.
Pass is complete to number 88.
Ashton Schaaf just adding to his spectacular performance today. Jamie Martin with another catch, another first down. Comets move the sticks. Under 8 minutes to go.
Yeah, now's where you just you burn the clock as much as you can. You get out of here with the win, with the Battle of the Skies. You take your trophy back. Now, this is going to feel very good for this Comet team. It's going to be a handoff to the right side, and nothing going there. It's Gavin McDaniel, number 25, his first carry of the night.
Number 25 with the carry. Gavin McDaniel tackled on play by number 6, Griffin Gunning.
He's trying to get a couple different guys to establish the run game here. Nothing doing there. Clock ticking to just about 7 minutes left in the game. As we said, Comets with 29 unanswered. Sycamore has been nothing doing since the third play of the game and that long play to Trey Meadows.
Shafe's going to keep it himself, but he's going to be brought down a little bit behind the line of scrimmage, just a few yards.
For a loss of 1.
It's going to make it now a third down for the Comets.
Daniel, how do you think this defense feels about how this offense has played the last couple of games? It's felt like the last couple of years this defense has to play stellar every game to win games because this offense hasn't been able to produce, but just seeing the offense win games for this Comet team is such a great sign.
Absolutely, and you hope that they can keep that going. Shafe is just going to launch this one out of bounds. It'll bring it to 4th. But like you said, Isaac, it's got to give the defense so much more of a morale boost and kind of motivation as knowing that your offense is going to score you these points every week against these teams. It makes the team just more complete as one and scarier to other teams as we reach into the playoffs. Because, I mean, Isaac, I'll tell you, I think, maybe outside of a Hamilton, the Comets are the hottest team in the GMC.
Yeah, you could say so. Dakota West, obviously, the most talented team in the GMC. But, yeah, Princeton hasn't been playing very good. Lakota East, obviously, has been really good this year, but they look like they're about to take a loss. And, yeah, Hamilton, Grayson Goldsmith just been amazing this year for them, averaging 6 yards a carry.
Punt goes out of bounds.
Ashton Genty type stats, not quite as good as the Boise State native, but
I don't know if I go that far on the comparison, but Goldsmith, he had that lone touchdown in the 7-3 win versus the Comets. Went for about 75 yards, so he's had a great year. Then the week after, they go out and they handily beat Princeton. So a few of these teams in the GMC are looking scorching hot as we head into when it'll be somewhat late October.
Yeah, talking about that Hamilton team against Princeton on the road, just dominate them in every facet of the game. 28-0 win on the road against Princeton. And ever since then, I'd say it's been Mason 2. I'd give Hamilton the nod as of right now, but if you're Mason, if you're winning, you're winning. October's been very nice for Mason.
Attention all spectators per GMC bylaw.
Absolutely.
The schools policy. Spectators are not
In
permitted
such a game like this, a win is a win. That was about a first down carry from Branham for about 10 yards. But like you said, Isaac, Comets, this will be their 4th straight win. It'll put them above 500 this season. It's exactly what this team needs.
Just so great to see after a 1-4 start. Just such a season. We were on our Comet Sports Talk after the 1-4. We were like, is this really the Comet team we're going to see? Because there's so much talent on this defensive end and this defensive secondary. And Ashton Shape, we knew he had something. We didn't really know the running game was as elite as it is. But we knew that Temi Adesanya would figure it out. Ethan Jordan has been a surprise to many. CJ Kastner's always a reliable source. But this team has just been a bounce back, and as you said, it's led to an over 500 streak in a playoff berth.
Yeah, and now you have some of those guys who have been proven, the seniors, and now some of these underclassmen looking just as good. It'll be second down for the Aviators. It's a new quarterback in the game for Sycamore. That handoff going to go for just a few there on first down. New quarterback in for the Aviators. It's Ty Thomas, the sophomore quarterback, 6 foot, 170 pounds. So he gets a few little looks. As Simpson, obviously a senior, it'll likely be Thomas's team next year.
Yeah, it's good, especially with how this Comet team is still on defense. Every starter out there. It's good for Thomas to get a little bit of looks. As we've said, I don't know if he'll get any passing tries, or if it'll be just pretty much all runs. It's good experience for the Sycamore kid.
It'll be third down. It'll be another handoff up the middle. He's still running.
Suggs with the carry for
And
number 5.
Suggs, it'll be,
Tackle by number 37.
won't be a first down. We look at the clock,
Alex Brown.
3 minutes and
Fourth
30
down for the
seconds
Aviators.
left, or 3 minutes, yes, 3 minutes and 30 seconds left here in the game. It'll be fourth down.
Yeah, you'd think if you're Mason, it's just going to be a couple runs, maybe a knee in there, see if Sycamore decides to use any of their timeouts. They do have all 3 remaining. Some coaches like to use all those timeouts, as obviously you're not going to get them later in the game.
Fair catch called by Wilhelm,
Simpson's kick is fair caught by
and
number
Comets will
Schlesien
come
kick is
back
fair caught
out.
by number 16. Kaiser Wilhelm.
Likely to just
Once again,
try and
spectators,
run out
remember,
the rest of this
Not
clock.
permitted on the field at any time at the conclusion of the game. For the safety of our athletes and coaches, we thank you in advance for
And
your
Comets will
cooperation.
take the trophy back to City Mason, as Sycamore did take it from the Comets last year on their home field. Something that hasn't happened since 2019. As Coach Kastner would say, one of the worst losses in a long time for this Comet team. You obviously have that Moeller game in the playoffs, but just to lose to your rival on your home turf, it's devastating. And for them to come back here after that shaky start, 29 straight, is huge.
Yeah, new quarterback in for the Comets. It's Alex Silly, the sophomore. We saw him last week versus Coleraine. Him getting some playing
Handoff goes
time.
to number
Haven't seen him throw the ball at all. It's only been handoffs for the sophomore quarterback, but just getting that varsity experience is really going to help. We mentioned Shafe being a senior. It's likely, like we just said on the last drive for Thomas and the Aviators, it's likely going to be Silly's team next year.
Yeah, Silly obviously hasn't really got the chance as a sophomore. You kind of just get another guy to get those handoffs in. But I'd like to see Coach Kastner give this kid a chance, and there's nothing really wrong with giving the man a chance. Throws an interception, so what?
It'll be another handoff up the middle, though. That'll lead to third down now for the Comets.
Yeah, with just about 2 minutes left, you would think Coach Kastner would just go to a run play here. He's talking to Silly over there on that sideline to the 35. Talking like there might be a more detailed play than a run up the middle.
Yeah, I wonder if Silly's just saying, "Let me throw one, coach. Let me get some action." Yeah, it's got to be frustrating getting some of your first playing snaps and not having the ball put in your hands. But it'll be 3rd and 8, about 3rd and 9 for the Comets. Silly in the shotgun, and it's going to be a handoff to the left side. Nothing going there for.
Silly asked for the pass, and Coach Kastner said no.
38.
Handoff there. Comets will.
It's a senior running back, Staley, number 38, 5'9", 186.
Comets will just punt it away. Have Sycamore finish the game here at Aviator Stadium. All Comets through the first 3 and last 3 quarters. 2nd, 3rd, and 4th been all Comets. Comets will improve to, as we said, 5-4 overall, but more importantly, 5-3 in the GMC, which will move them up those rankings. Creeping towards the top, it's a little too late to get the top tier in the GMC, but as you said, a very respectable record there for the Comets.
Yeah, now we dip under a minute left here in this game. 58 left to be exact. The Comets, like we mentioned, will take a 5-4 record on the year after starting 1-4 on the season. The morale was low, but it couldn't be any higher right now for this Comet team. They will take on Lakota West next week at Dwyer Field. It'll be their senior night. And we look over on the Sycamore side. Next week, they will take on Hamilton at Hamilton.
Keep the camera on, Trevor. As Wilhelm will point it away, and it's muffed. Picked up by Sycamore.
Sycamore is able to fall back on it.
Tim Miller, he recovers his own punt. It'll be first down for the Aviators.
Aviators here probably wouldn't think anything but a kneel or even a run up the middle. I wouldn't even go run up the middle. Haven't been the greatest season, of course, 1-8. Kind of their last hurrah with the seniors against your rival at home. It hasn't went the way they've wanted.
Yeah, not the senior night they were hoping to have, but it looks like the Comets have kind of been that kryptonite against these teams. It was the Middletown homecoming game where they scored in that last second, so it was a Middletown homecoming and now Sycamore senior night that the Comets just run all over. First down is going to be a handoff, but a whistle is blown. Might get a false start.
Flag on the play is for offsides against.
Sorry, it'll be
AC.
offside against the Comets.
5-yard penalty remaining, first down.
Just about 47 seconds to go in the game. Both student sections deciding to stay. Some loyal fan bases there. Love to see it.
Suggs with the carry.
Clock runs, dips under 30 seconds left. And that'll most likely do it. Maybe one more play.
Just about 15 seconds. No need for another snap. About 5 seconds to go, and that will do it here with the Battle of the Skies 2024 here at Aviator Stadium. Sycamore started with a 7-0 lead in the third play of the game, but it's all Comets until then. 29-7 final. My name's Isaac Varga alongside Daniel Panetti, Trevor Rose doing some camera, and Kate Halligan doing some directing today for us. Comets win 29-7. We've been Mason Sports Radio. Check in next Friday. We'll be at Dwyer Field for Mason's senior night against Lakota West.